Yeah, y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Well, today we're gonna do something from for a request I got from one of you guys in the comment section on the videos I just recently did. And there's a question about the new Swift 3. And the question is, will it work if you remove the springs? In other words, can you make turn into a manual knife as opposed to an assisted knife? Can you remove the assisted, what makes it assisted, the springs, and will it still function and work as a manual knife? I told him, I don't know. So, I should have did that the other day when I made the video, and I didn't do it. So let's do it today. But anyway, this right here came in. It's an order that I have from Snaggletooth MF. And what's it for? Some mods for the new Recon M1. And they're mods that are really made for one of these. So I'm not sure if they're going to fit. So what I will do before I make a video of the installation video, I will do a test fit. Because if they don't fit, I'll just let you guys know that the parts didn't work and they didn't fit. But I'm not going to make a video of something and it doesn't work or whatever. I'm not going to do all that. So I will test fit the parts. And I'm not going to open them up because you just have to wait and see what they look like. But I got some mods I want to try out on this one. I don't know if they're going to work. We'll find out. And another thing I wanted to say, just a little comment, a little discussion. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. One thing I noticed, though, is that the pocket clip doesn't actually touch the handle scale. I don't know if you guys can see this. It still works just fine, but it makes it, it's easy to draw. But I tested on a pair of pants. I flipped up, just a pair of pants I wasn't wearing. I put the knife in the pocket, front right pocket, and it's a pair of jeans like I would normally wear. And I turned it upside down and shook it. It took about 5 or 6 shakes before the knife actually fell out. Now with the old cold steel pocket clips, the knife wouldn't fall out. But with like a Spyderco clip or like I don't know, like a titanium clip, they usually fall out like in the first, 1 or 2 shakes. So it does retain this knife in your pocket a little bit better than, let's say, like a deep carry titanium clip. But it's not as good as like the old cold steel clips that people used to complain about. They used to call them the pocket shredders. Those are the clips I actually like the best because, for like a folder like this, because when I ride my motorcycle and stuff like that, I could carry this knife and not have to worry about falling out my pocket. I don't know if I'd want to. I don't think I'm gonna risk this one on a motorcycle, people. Not on my front right pocket anyway. It could ride inside my vest or something like that, but I wouldn't carry it on my quick draw pocket, my front right pocket, for the reason that I'd be worried about losing the pocket knife. Another thing about this clip too is I hope they're going to be making these because if you ever damage this clip or anything, how would you get another one? Are there other clips made like this? I don't know. This clip screws in from this side to this side into the clip, and it helps hold. It's a structural piece of the knife. It helps hold. It's the only thing that holds the rear end of the knife together. So I don't think there's any other clips like this available. And I hope cold steel, if people break their clip or something like that, I hope they replace them. That's what I just hope. Cold steel actually makes them, make parts. I don't know why, they don't make parts and sell parts. For people that wear out the different things on their knives and stuff, and they can, replace the parts, like offer screw kits or, pivot kits or, other pocket clips or, the parts that normally wear out. Different handle scales. That'd be a good business for them to get into, like Demco's doing. Like Demco Knives does. Absolutely love this one, though, people. Absolutely love it. This one never misfires. It never misfires. It's nothing like the old Swift. This one's totally reliable. This is like having a, can I say it? And I'm going to just say it like this, an S-blade. That's what it's like. It's a California legal S-blade. Look at that. I absolutely love this one, people. Absolutely love it. And to me, this is like a Recon Auto. It sort of reminds me of the Recon. I know somebody mentioned that, I can't remember if it was Guns and Blades or Nico's Play Drum. But I remember one of you guys mentioned that it sort of looks like an SR1. And it does. I get what you're saying, but to me it more looks like a Recon. I think that's the reason why I like it so much. It's like a Recon Auto. It's like a spear point or a drop point Recon with the assist. And this assist really works, people. It makes it, I wish this one was like this. I mean, I really like the assist on this because it's like, you don't have to use any effort. No effort. It doesn't. Now I can see why they made the lock for it too, because it does come open easily. It's like all you have to do is just touch the thumb stud and this one will eject the blade. And it's easy to close with one hand. It's like just like closing like if you're used to a cold steel triad or an Atlas lock, one of the manual Atlas locks, this will be very at home to you. You'll feel very at home with this knife. Especially, like people that use the Recons. This is not, it handles just like a Recon, only it's assisted. I'm going to just say it's assisted. But this is not like a normal assisted knife, people. This is like, it's like an auto. But I don't really want to say that because I don't want anybody banning this. Because this is the closest I can get to having a full auto in California. And I'm not talking about like a Cal legal knife. I'm talking about, like a full size automatic, and I can carry this legally because assisted knives with thumb studs are legal in California. Just as long as you're operating it with the thumb stud. That's perfectly fine, but you can't have a push button. But you can operate it from the thumb stud. And that's what this is, people. This is an awesome knife. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend it. But the pocket clip, I'm a little bit worried about. I hope Cold Steel is going to make more pocket clips or offer them on the side or something like that, because I could picture these getting broken or damaged or something like that, and then it sort of like messes up the knife. Also, I think they ought to have like a pocket clip delete setup, so like maybe a bolt or something right here or something like that for people who don't want a pocket clip. But one thing that's nice about this pocket clip, people, is that there's no hot spots. No hot spots on this pocket clip. And if you get this knife and you put it in your pocket and you draw it out your front pocket, you will love the way this knife draws out your pocket. Because it's not like the pocket shredder pocket clips. This one you can draw fast. Because the pocket clip, flexes out and lets you draw it out, and you can draw it flat fast. But it's not like a loose pocket clip where it's going to be able to fall out your pocket though. But I would say it's like in between, like those of you who have experienced Spyderco pocket clips or the titanium deep carry pocket clips, those kind of pocket clips. It's sort of like in between those and the pocket shredder cold steel pocket clips. And when this is in your pocket, it doesn't look like you have a tactical knife either, because this looks like a pocket clip that's made for like a gentleman's carry type knife, but it's made out of steel though. This is steel. This is not titanium. I absolutely love it, people. I'm absolutely digging this knife. The only way you can improve this knife for me, because I like carrying, I'll be carrying this knife to work, and the only thing that I wish that I totally understand why they made it like this, because I think it's supposed to be like an assisted recon. I honestly think it was meant to be like an assisted recon, people. Look at the grip and the shapes of the handle and stuff like that. The size of the blade. The Recons have always had 4-inch blades. The Swift used to have a 3.5-inch blade, so they made it bigger. Now it's like the size of a Recon. And to me, if you like Recon 1s, or if you have the new Recon M1, you will absolutely love this one. Because it'll be like having one of these that's an auto. Look at that. It's just fun. Okay, let's take it apart. I'm talking too much. People. Let's take it apart. And all you need is a T8. All you need to take apart this one is a T8. Got my wee haws. Oh, that's T9. Need T8. And I want to open it up because I don't want the blade to rub on anything if it gets loose. Absolutely love the Swift 3, people. Absolutely love it. It's definitely one of my new favorite knives. Okay, here's the spring for this side. Remove this spring. You gotta remove this little piece right here. The piece that that you used to lock the blade. Be careful taking this apart. You gotta relieve it a little bit. Felt like the spring pop. Yep, spring popped out. There's the lock bar. Look at this lock bar, people. That's an awesome looking lock bar. And I wonder what this piece is right in here. What's the purpose of that? That's different from the other Atlas lock bars. I think it has something to do with the safety. This is probably where the safety, I bet you, goes through here so you can't accidentally unlock the lock bar. I'll show you what I'm talking about when we put it back together. There's the bearings. It's got caged bearings, and it looks like they're in phosphorus bronze stamped cages, or they might be steel cages. Could be steel. Remind me a lot of the Demco bearings. No, I think these are either brass or phosphorus bronze cages. With steel, it looks like they might be steel ball bearings, though. I don't think those are ceramic. I want to get some skiffs. I've already ordered some that I think are the right size, people. I measured everything out, and I just went ahead and ordered. And I went to the skiff website, and I looked through the cage bearings, and I looked for a size I thought might be the right size. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet until I try it out and test it and see if it is the right size, because I want people to go out and start buying something that might not be the right size. So when it gets here and I test it out, I'll let you know if it's the right size or not. Okay, so now we got to take off this side. Okay. Oops. I'm trying to get this apart from the scales. Full stainless steel liners. There's a spring for this one. So both the springs are out. I'm going to wipe this down a little bit. Both the springs are out now. I think this is a very well-made knife, people. I'm absolutely digging the way they made this knife. You know what I want? You know what I want? I want to make a Tonto. That's what I hope they do next. I would like to see a Tonto. Yeah, right. Getting all the grease out of it, people. That's what I'm doing. The way that these springs came, when I first took it apart, they were like bathing in black grease. I think it looked like a graphite type grease to me. That's the way Cold Steel, made them from the factory, or had them from the factory. So I removed that grease and replaced it with my lithium-based grease. Put about the same amount. Okay, parts all cleaned up. Be curious. I'm sort of curious to find out too if this works like this. I know I did the CRKTs and those didn't work. The M16 series ones. Let me check the pins to make sure I'm getting the right sizes. In the right places. Okay. Get zeroed. .47, so it's like 3.5 millimeters. 3.47, same size. 3.47, same size. 3.47. So they're all the same size, people, so you don't have to worry about the pins on this one. You're not going to get the pins wrong. Which is kind of cool too, because if one gets a little bit worn, you can replace it. You can swap it with one of the ones that, it's not worn. That's sort of a cool thing about it. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. See, I'm doing it wrong already. That's not where the bearing was. I don't see a bearing mark. There's the bearing mark. Okay. It's a D-shaped pivot. The D goes to the rear, I think, on this one. Yep, to the rear. Next goes on your bearing. Then the blade. I'm going to leave the safety off for right now, because I like my knife being assisted. So I'm going to just take it back apart and make it assisted again, people. I don't want it to be unassisted. All right. Oh, we got to put the... Not going to be too successful with it without a lock bar. We will soon know. Very easy knife to work on, people. Not hard at all. First time I took it apart, it was a little bit confusing for me because I just never had taken apart one before. Okay, I got solid lock up there. Whoa! I still got detent. It feels like a normal, the detent now though feels like a normal Atlas lock knife. So the answer is yes. It feels like it's hitting the backspacer. Let me see. No, no backspacer marks. Oh, I don't have my flashlight in here. I can't tell if it's hitting the backspacer. Looks like it's pretty close, but I don't know. Let me take apart. Let me see what it looks like on the inside, people. I just want to see where the blade's landing. But so far, yes. Yes, you can. It can be taken apart. I mean, it can have the things removed. Okay, it's not hitting the backspacer. You know what it is? It's just that when it's closing, it's hitting the blade stop really hard because it's not. I'm used to it not closing it hard. Because I always just close it with one hand instead of flipping it closed. I think that's what I was feeling. It's feeling like the blade was hitting the backspacer, but it's not. It's got a good distance away from the backspacer actually. Let's check it out a little bit more before I take it back apart and put it back together. Yes, you can remove the I dig this knife, people. But what I like about this knife is that it's assisted too, though. Because if you don't want it to be assisted, you might as well just get a regular Recon. It'd be a lot cheaper. Of course, then you wouldn't get the M4 though. Let me just no movement at all right there. It's a little bit too tight. Back it up just a little bit. Let down gentle. That's a lack of real good detent. Well, the answer answers the question. Yes, you can remove the springs. I like it better with the springs, though, people. Try it both ways, and see what you like. But if you get one of these, I think it feels better with the springs in it. That's the way it was meant to be. But anyway, so that answers that question. That answers that question. But to me, this is just like having a Recon. If you've always liked owning Recon ones, you will love this knife, people. And it's a beautifully made knife. I think they did an excellent job of making this knife. The only thing that I think that it could be a little bit of improvement is like the pocket clip, because the pocket clip, I don't know if I can bend it. I don't want to try to bend it, but because it works just fine where it is. But it feels like it needs to be in a little bit more towards the clip so it rests against the pocket scale, because you can see there's no marking on that pocket scale because it doesn't touch the pocket scale. I mean the handle scale. Okay, let's put these parts back in here. Let's see which side I want to do first. we're not losing the spring. The spring's still in there. Oh yeah, it's still in there. Take it all the way apart though, so make sure you put it together right. Okay. Now I put a little bit of lube in here. In these pockets, that's the way it came. It had lube inside the pockets. But not that much. Just sort of lay it in there and sort of spread it around in that pocket. That's all you need, just about that much. Do the same on the other side. All right. Gotta put springs in there. Trying to remember which way the springs went. I think this one goes on this side. So this one goes like this. All right. Like that. Okay, maybe it'd be easier if I put them. Get everything started. I think what I did is I had the springs out, pins out, so you don't lose anything. That one's in there good, so I'm gonna leave that one in there. Yeah, make sure you got all your pins and things. And take that one out too. Let's see, 1, 2. There's the other one. Okay. That's how I did it last time. It's got to go like this. Flaps go to the back. So I got signed there for a minute there, people. I'm sitting there trying to think about, I can't remember how I took it apart and put it back together last time. Maybe that's the wrong side. Let's try this side. flat to the back. Should be right there. There we go. Oh, this one goes flat up. Okay, so it's a little bit different position. Flat up. There we go. Okay, there we go, people. Now it's all downhill. Bearing goes in next. Now you got your blade. Bearing. All these pins are the same size, so you have to worry about the different size pins. Which is kind of cool. I like how they made the pins the same size, and they made the not the backspacer, but all the parts like this, all the same size. I think this is a good soldier's knife, people. I think that's what they were trying to do. They're trying to keep it simple, so it'd be easy to to service in the field. I think they did an excellent job. I think they did an excellent job with this one. Oh, wait a minute. Supposed to put in that other part first. Messed up a little bit there. Gotta take it back apart, because I think I was supposed to put this in first. Yep. Before I put that part on. It's this side that you're supposed to work from. I'm working from the wrong side, people. Hold on. The reason why I say that, because you got to put this pin in first. Then you put your pivot in. Pivot goes to the top. I get it to cooperate. There we go. Springs all in. Need your stop pin in. Okay. Blade. Cover the spring, bring it back a little bit, release some tension off of it. Get in there. Okay. Liner. Backspacer. Line up your pins, your two pins, your pivot. all together. Leave the there we go. Now you put on this piece. This is your lock. Put on that piece next. Then you put on your cover or your scale. If I remember right, the blade has to be relieved a little bit, but just about like that. Got on right. It turned on me. Gotta straighten it back out. Only goes on one way. Get it lined up. Yeah, try to put on the spring first. Relieve it again. Everything staying straight. There we go. We got it. All right, let's put the pivot in there real quick. We got both springs in there. Yeah, there we go. Love this knife, people. Love it. All right, let's adjust it. Get my blade. I want to be right about there. I love it. Love it, people. Highly recommend this one. Like I said, it's like having a recon one. That's an auto. No side to side, no up and down, no nothing. And look at that. I love it, people. There it is there. So you can take the springs out of it if you want to. Me, myself, I like it better with the springs in it. That's the way it was meant to be. And, you know, when you get these work perfectly fine. I took mine all the way apart, like I always do on my knives, and gave it a good lube and tune. You know, because I like to use my own grease that I've been using for years. I use a lithium-based gun grease, Militech 1, same brand as this, only I use the grease. And it comes in a grease gun tube. And instead of using the grease gun tube, you know, like for automotive use, I put it inside of it, you know, a glass jar. Oh, this knife is awesome, people. It's awesome. And it's way easier to take apart and put together than, you know who, MagnaCut over here, the brand new Italian guy. This one's easy to take apart. You know, once you figure out how to take it apart and stuff like that, it's not hard to take apart, people. I love this lock. Check out this lock. You can lock the blade open. So now it can't be closed. It can't be closed. The pin goes right through the lock bar and stops the lock bar from being able to move back. What an awesome idea. For all those that worry about, you know, combat situations where, you worry about hitting the pommel and stuff, that turned this knife pretty much into, like, you know, a fixed blade. Just an awesome knife, people. The way that they made this knife. And then you can operate this with one hand, the lock. Switch it down. Now I can close it. I can fire it. Switch it up. Now I can't fire it. Can't fire it. Can't close it. Switch it down. I can close it. Now I can lock it closed too. So now I can't open it. Can't open it. This will not come open in your pocket. Can't open it. Unlock it. Open it. Boom. I don't carry this around locked, people. I always leave it unlocked in my pocket. That's the way I've been carrying it. I don't have any issues with it coming open in my pocket. If I do, I'll let you know. But so far, so good. I haven't had that issue. The only thing that, they could do to improve this for me, as I was going to say earlier, is make a MagnaCut. And I would like to have one that's like, like a stone wash, satin finish, mirror polish. Who knows? And, and all the parts well, you don't even have to do that. You leave the parts black if you want to. But I like to have a MagnaCut blade that's unpolished. So then when I do my food prep stuff at work, I feel a little bit more comfortable with it. Because I've heard things about, coated blades when you're doing food prep. I don't know if any of it's really true or scientifically true, or it's just, rumors or whatever. But everybody says that, these got cancer-causing agents in the finishes. But I don't know. I don't know. So far, I don't have any cancer. But because I've been using these things for years, and pretty much all the ones I used to carry, all my old knives I used to carry, pretty much they were always black, because I used to like to carry things that concealed the best. But I absolutely love this one, people. This and the Recon are like, the Recon and the Tal War, to me, are like the knives from Cold Steel. If you want self-defense folders and stuff like that, good all-around knives, that's what I recommend, people. Oh, I'm going to put a little drop of oil in it, too. I forgot to put the oil in it. I like to put a little bit of oil. Get on the bearings. All right. Wipe off my excess. And this is an M4 blade, people, you know, so it's good to keep it oiled. It's not a rust-proof steel or, you know, stainless steel. I would put it in like the category of a semi-stainless, but, you know, any kind of semi-stainless, you know, like with my D2 blades and my 3V blades, my crew wear blades, I always keep them oiled and lubed and always, you know, check them out. I don't have that many of them that I actually use and carry all the time. The crew wears are both my Spydercos. Both my Spydercos I carry are my crew wear. So they stay in my rotation drawer so I could see them all the time. But in my D2 8020s, the two that I do carry, I keep in my rotation drawer. So I can see those all the time. And now I got the M4. But this one's coated, so I'm not going to worry about this one so much. Because I think when you got an M4 or any kind of semi-stainless steel and a pocket knife, I think it's always best to coat them, people. Because there's a lot of moisture in your pockets. You know, your sweat and your body sweat and all that kind of stuff. And that's the reason why I like stainless steel knives best for pocket knives. And for pocket knives, you know, I like the little bit more brittle steels. You know, like the ones that are, you know, a little bit better for edge holding. Because I'm not so worried about the toughness as I am like with a fixed blade. But I still do like my blades to be fairly tough, though. I don't like weak blades, like, you know, things that'll snap real easy or something like that. Because I want them to be tough enough to be able to handle a combat situation. Or self-defense situation. They always have to be fit to fight, sir. Up jumped the monkey from the coconut grove. He's a bad motherfucker. You can tell by his clothes. Spit shine boots and starch fatigues. Had to be from Company C. Casey Jones was a mean son of a beep beep. Lined up 100 beep beeps against the wall. Said bet you $50 I could beep beep them all. Beep 98 until his beep beeps turned blue. Backed off, beep deep, and beep deep the other two. When he died, he went to hell. He beep beeped the devil and he beep beeped them well. Two little demons were sucking on his beep beeps. Said, save us, Lord, he'll beep beeps us all. Hey, Baba Reba, you left, right, and left, right. You left, right, all night. Say, hey, Baba Reba, hey, Baba Reba. I wish all the ladies were pies on the shelf. And I was a baker. I eat them all myself. So, hey, Baba Reba, hey, Baba Reba, get funky, Baba Reba, get down, Baba Reba. Oh, yeah. I wish all the ladies were bats in a steeple. And I was the king bat, there'd be more bats than people. Hey, Baba Reba, hey, Baba Reba. Oh, yeah, this looks great, people. I'm a total fan of this one. Cold Steel really came out with some awesome knives this year. Awesome knives. And a lot of people have been putting down GSM. I can't do that. You know, I know the customer service is, you know, I haven't heard too many good things about the customer service. And I had my own little experience too with the original towers about, you know, when the company first took over. So I don't know what they're doing now, but I know what it was like when they first took over. But all I can say is that every Cold Steel knife that I've got so far, I like. I think there was one that I didn't like. And that was, what was that one? I can't remember. Was it the Oyabun folder? I can't remember, people. I can't remember which one it was. But there was one that I didn't really care for that I purchased. And I can't remember which one it is now. But, you know, the 8010s, the Recons, these are all new Recons. This one, the new ones. This new one. And this is new. You know, these and my mayhems and the carves. I love the carve. The carves and the engages and the FM1. They're all excellent. They're all excellent knives, people. And the other ones I got, they're the new reproductions of the old models, like the Tau Wars, the Recons, the Voyagers, the Spot. I didn't get a Spot. The holdouts, the counterpoints. They're all excellent. The Raja, I got a new Raja too. They're all excellent, people. They're all excellent. They're just as good as the old ones or better. The only ones I bought that I had an issue with were my original Tau Wars, the first Tau War XLs. And, you know, you guys can go see the old videos of my problems with that one. But I figured it out, and I fixed it myself. So it works fine now. They both work fine, but I had to sacrifice an old knife to make it work because I needed to use the stop pin from an old model because they used the wrong size stop pins in them for the front stop pin. And that was the issue with it. But these knives, these are all new cold steels, and each one of them is awesome. They're awesome. This one's M4. That's M4, people. CPM M4. This is Magna Cut. Magna Cut. CPM Magna Cut. And this is CPM S35VN. When I first started collecting cold steels, they only had Oz 8. And if you got a high-end model, you got VG1 San Mai. Now you got some real steel choices, people. Plus they got Oz 10, you know, other steels too. But these are the knives that, you know, types of knives from cold steel I've always liked the best. I've always liked the ones that are like this size, in between 5 and 6 ounces, got a 4-inch blades. These are like the number one knives I like to carry for self-defense and everyday carry in the city and for work. They're like my favorite size. This is like the largest size I can carry legally where I live without any problems. In California, there is no blade limit, but in the different cities and the different counties and things like that, in different townships or whatever, they do have different rules. You know, lots of them will have like blade limits. Like the Bay Areas, I think it's like a 3.5 inch, either 3-inch or 3.5 inch blade limit. And where I live, there is no blade limit, but the police will confiscate your knife if it's like over 4 inches in blade length, and they consider it a dangerous or scary item or something like that. So I like to stay within the 4-inch or smaller blade limit for knives I carry around where I live. Most of the knives I carry usually are like in between 3 and 4 inches. And I say the 3-inch ones are the 80-20.5s. Got one right here. 80-20.5s. I love my 80-20.5s. 80-20.5s and the 3.5 inch ones would be, I don't have one of those out here right here. But the bigger ones would be like 80-20S model and the 80-10s. I like to carry those a lot. So the 80-20.5s, 80-10s, 80-20S models, and the Recons and the Tau Wars are pretty much all the knives I carry all the time when I'm not at work. For work, I like to test out knives all the time. So that's knife, like right now I'm carrying this one. But I've already carried this one to work. But that's why I like to use my job. That's where I test out my knives, you know, because that's where I actually do cutting chores and things like that all the time with my knives. And so that's a good place for me to test them out. And I test them out and let you know what I think of them. But for when I get off work and I'm riding around on motorcycles and things, I like to have these kind of pocket clips, people. I probably won't carry this one on the motorcycle because I don't have that much faith in this pocket clip from keeping the knife falling out my pocket while I'm riding down the street on my bike, my motorcycle. So I know these work. These are what they call the pocket shredders, and these are the pocket clips that work the best for if you're doing something active like riding a motorcycle, or if you're going into combat and you want something to make sure it stays in your pocket. You want a pocket clip like this. You don't want a weak pocket clip, people. You want a pocket clip that's going to keep the knife in your pocket so it'll be there when you need it. That's more important than having a loose pocket clip that you can draw the knife out super, super fast, but y'all can lose it super, super fast. You know what I mean? So what's more important? To me, I don't want to lose my knife. I want it to be there if I need it. So I love these kind of pocket clips. I know everybody hates them and stuff like that. I love them. I love them. And, you know, I've had people tell me that they don't shred. Yes, they do shred your pockets. I got the pockets to prove it. I got the pants pocket. I can show you all the pants pockets I've shredded. Yeah, they do shred. But who cares? I'd rather have a shredded pair of pants and have my $100, $200 knife in my pocket and not lose it. I can always go buy another pair of pants. Besides, the shredded pockets look kind of cool. But anyway, people, that's all I got for today. I know this was a long one. We had some fun on this one, just gossip, just hung out. But peace out, Stiletto. Hope everybody's having a great day out there. And I love it. I love it. I absolutely love this one. It's going to be one of my favorites, people. I'll be having this one forever. It'll be in my rotation drawer forever, along with this one and my 80-20. You know, those knives will probably never get out my drawer. Because, you know, it's hard to make a knife better than this. You know, it's hard to make a knife better than this. Or this. You know, it's hard to make a knife. You know, if you want to make a knife like this, what the purpose of this one's for, it's hard to make one better than this. This is like the best. This knife is the best at what it does. There's not another knife on the planet at this weight, you know, it's like 5.5 ounces or something like that, that is as strong as this one, that is as light as this one, and as fast, it can be deployed as fast as this one. And this one's got a strong tip. It's ready for, it's ready for combat. And it's ready to do, regular chores too, if that's what you need it for. Absolutely love it. They're perfectly balanced. So they're easy to manipulate in your hand. You can't ask for more. A Recon 1 is an awesome knife, people. And this is, to me, is like a Recon 1. It's a Recon 1 that's a auto. I absolutely love this one, people. I hope they come out with a Tonto and a Bowie, just like, they have the 3 different blade choices like they have for the Recons. Because I think they ought to market this one pretty much the same way they market a Recon. This could be the assisted version of the Recon, basically. And call it the Swift. The original Swift was just meant to be like a, self-defense pocket knife that could be quickly deployed, but its mechanism, the tech lock, didn't work that great, if you ask me. This mechanism works perfect. The dual springs on this one, they work perfect. And it's easy to take apart and put back together. Absolutely love it, people. Highly recommend it. Peace out, Stiletto.